past Friday was the biggest demonstration in the history of the world. And we saw young people in almost every country in this world come out into the streets. And they were out in the streets because they are afraid. And I know this because I teach many of these young people. They are terrified for their future because they have listened to the science. And they are shaming all of us from the older generation because we, thus far, have failed to listen to the science. We have continued to elect governments that do nothing but lip service when it comes to addressing this climate emergency that we've known about for decades now. The most important question in this election for all of us is, will we listen to the voices of the young people who will be in the streets in massive numbers this Friday? Will we heed their message that we should not, that we must stop electing governments who have a failed record on this sort of thing? And just to give you an idea of how bad the record of the Liberal government is, the Climate Action Network just a month ago came out with a study showing that Canada is the worst country in the G7 in terms of meeting its Paris commitments, and that our current climate policies correspond to 4 degrees of global warming. This virtually guarantees a future of catastrophe, of famine, of degradation for the future generation. We must reject that and stand for a government that will take real action to address this crisis, and the Green Party of Canada is the only party with a credible plan to do so. Thank you very much.